Hello everyone, I'm Linda and welcome to Field Trip Friday, Portage County Public Library's Friday program and story time. I am here to welcome you to Pfiffner Park in Stevens Point, and today we're going to be here to hear the Stevens Point City Band. So we'll have a chance to listen to them, speak with one or two members of the band, and listen to some great stories. And our stories this time are going to be all about music. So it's going to be a great story time, and welcome. So we can't get started until we sing our hello song. So let's get going, and you may know this, so just join in when you're ready. We wave and say hello, we wave and say hello. With our friends at story time, we wave and say hello. We stomp and say hello, we stomp and say hello. With our friends at story time, we stomp and say hello. We twist and say hello, we twist and say hello. With our friends at story time, we twist and say hello. Oh, one more. We wiggle and say hello, we wiggle and say hello. With our friends at story time, we wiggle and say hello. So, welcome. So, today we're hearing Stevens Point City Band, and as you may know, a band is a group of people who get together and they all have different instruments and they play together. And they might be instruments like brass instruments like trombones or trumpets. They could be wind instruments like flutes or saxophones, or percussion instruments like drums and triangles and a whole variety of other instruments. When you hear the band today, or any band you have the chance to listen to, you'll notice that there are all kinds of instruments that people are playing. Okay, well, what is your name?
My name is Tiffany.
Right. And what is your instrument?
My instrument is called a bassoon. A bassoon is a bass class instrument, so what it is, it's a lower register, usually like a deeper tone. When you think of it, it's kind of like a trombone or tuba or a baritone type level. But at the same time, we can also be a little bit higher register like a saxophone. So we have quite a bit of range. It's one of the most unique instruments and one of also the harder instruments. You use a lot of muscles in your mouth to keep it in tune. And there's also a difference of quality with the type of material it's made of as well. Mine is made out of wood, which is even harder to keep in tune as well, especially in the humidity out here.
Okay. Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow, interesting. Yeah, I mean, the weather must be difficult.
Weather is difficult.
And you also seem to have a bassoon.
Yes, I also have a bassoon.
Why do you like to play the bassoon?
I like it because I like how it ranges in different instruments. When I first started, I played many instruments in band. So when I switched over to this, it was kind of easy in a way, but I'd have to learn a different class.
Okay.
Yeah, mine was, I started out with a flute, which is very high range. So I actually had to learn how to change clefs as well when I started.
How long have you been playing and how long have you been playing?
Oh my goodness, 15 years.
Oh, okay. A while. You get to know your instrument.
I do.
And how about you?
I've been playing since 8th grade to graduation till now, so.
Okay, so quite a number of years is also.
7 probably, 8, yeah.
Well, would either of you or both of you like to be willing to play something for us?
I'll play just a normal B flat scale.
Okay.
I have water in my tubes.
Yeah, wow, that's a cool sound.
It is a very cool sound. The sound I like the most is when I take my double reed instrument. And what a double reed is it's got a reed on top and a reed on bottom, and it makes like a duck call. That's my favorite sound of this whole thing.
Would you like to play something?
I can do a trill.
Okay, do a trill. Great. Okay, so we've got a nice sense of what the bassoon sounds like, so thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
So, what is your instrument?
I play the trombone.
Okay.
I've been playing for about maybe a little less than 10 years.
Oh, okay, so quite a while.
Yeah.
And what do you like about your instrument?
It's got a nice brassy sound. I like that it can be used in jazz music or classical music or marching band music, so it's very versatile. And you know, you can hear a lot in like Dixieland or polka. Trombones are in almost everything.
Really wide variety
Yeah.
of uses.
Yeah, you can play it in a lot of different stuff. You get to play a lot of cool different music. So
How do you make the sound on your instrument? It looks kind of interesting.
yeah, so you blow into this mouthpiece right here, and that's how you get the sound to come out. And one of the most interesting things about trombone is it's pretty much the only instrument that doesn't have any buttons or keys to press down. It only has this slide. So to play different notes, you gotta move the slide around. And with the slide, you can play really fun stuff with the slide. Which is very unique to all the other instruments.
Wow, that is so flexible. You can get such an interesting kind of sound effect. Would you like to play anything else? Add some effects or? Can you think of any funny stories that have happened when you've played the trombone?
Oh yeah.
Anything?
This has happened to me like probably 6 or 7 times in my life where you're not really paying attention to what's in front of you and you hit objects and sometimes people when you're moving the slide around.
So people have to get out of the way.
Yeah, I got someone in the back of the head one time. I felt really bad about it.
Yeah, you become an expert in aiming, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Well, to conclude, can I persuade you to maybe play a couple more notes just to show people a little bit more of your slide? Sure. Besides all the people playing their instruments in the band, you also have somebody at the front of the band who's conducting it. And that means that that person holds them all together. That person lets people know when they should start playing, when they should stop playing, if they should play loud, if they should play soft. That person is called the conductor and has a lot of responsibility. It's pretty cool being the person who runs the band, but it's kind of a lot of work too. So could you tell us who you are?
I'm Kathy Kovleski, and I am the director of the Stevens Point City Band.
Hey. And what does that mean? What do you do as a conductor and a director?
That means I am the person who works with all the musicians who play different instruments like flutes or clarinets, trumpets, drums, and I hand out the music to them, we practice, we go over the parts, and I'm the person who stands in front and conducts to keep everybody together while they're playing so they know how fast to go, when to slow down, when to play loud, when to play soft, when to come in. That's called cueing, if you want to give somebody a cue so they know when to come in exactly on their music. So there's a lot of things that we do, but I'm the one who stands in front and directs them all as they play their instruments.
Okay. Do you like it? Do you enjoy it?
I love it. I've been doing it forever. I have been with the city band since 1973 when I started as a junior high kid playing trumpet in the band, and I've either played in the band or directed it for all those years.
Wow, so you really know it in
I know the history
ways.
of the band in a lot of ways, yes, but it's really fun. And then I'm also a band director at Rochelle High School, where I also do band and drama. So I work with younger kids and older kids, high school kids, and do all kinds of music things. So it's super fun.
Are you the person who chooses the music?
I am the person who chooses the music.
And what do you think about when you choose the music? Like, how do you know what to get?
We try to do a little bit of variety, especially for this, because this is a band that plays every week in the summer. And we like to have a little bit of something for everybody. So we might pick a polka, or we might pick a pop tune, or we might pick a waltz. Sometimes we have different themes every week. One week we'll have an animal theme, and then we even have people bring their pets to the concert, and we'll do a special march, and they'll get up and they'll parade their pets all through the park, and they get to have their pets on parade. We choose different themes that helps us, so maybe we pick something, it's the color blue, so we might choose songs that have blue in the title or have something to do with blue, or flowers, or spring, or jobs, or traveling to different places. So we try to pick all kinds of different music.
And do you ever play an instrument with the band yet?
I play an instrument. I am mainly a trumpet player, but I play lots of instruments because that's my job, to teach band. But I do not play along with this band when I direct. I used to play in a lot of bands and play like in the Central Wisconsin Symphony and a number of different groups. But now I'm more the person who's always in charge of directing the groups rather than playing in them. So.
Okay. Well, when some people see you conducting and leading the band, I don't know if they saw you with a stick or not today.
Yes, I have a little stick.
And what's that for?
That's called a baton. So when you are directing, if you look, there's a big band out there, and if you're just moving your hands, sometimes it's not as obvious to see, because every place my hand goes means something to the people playing instruments. So if I use a stick, it makes it a lot more obvious, and it's usually white and light colored, so then you get to see it much easier, and you can catch it out of the corner of your eye, so then you can see.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a great idea.
Yes.
Right. Anything else you'd like to tell our viewers about the band, or?
Well, I don't know. I would like to invite them to come on down to the band shell here by the river. It's really pretty. So if they want to come with their family or friends and come on out for a very nice evening, they could come and listen to the band and see what it's like for themselves. And then as they get older, you might start thinking about what instrument might be fun for you to play and what looks kind of interesting and you might want to try, because music is really fun and it's something you can do your entire life. So it's good. And the more you know about music, then the more fun it is to go to concerts and hear stuff.
Wow, that's great. Well, we're hoping that some of our viewers might take you up on that.
Yes, that would be very good. We'd love to see them here.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome.
Well, we've reached the end of our Field Trip Friday for today. I would like to thank the Stevens Point City Band, their director, Kathy Koleski, and all the musicians involved for their time and effort and for bringing their talent together to bring us such pleasure. And I also want to thank you, the viewers. Thank you for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed the music, and we also hope you enjoyed the books as well. Before we go, let's sing one last song to kind of end things. It's going to be similar to our opening song, so just join in when you're ready. We wave and say goodbye. We wave and say goodbye. With our friends at story time, we wave and say goodbye. We wave and say goodbye. We wave and say goodbye. With our friends at story time, we wave and say goodbye. Goodbye.